All right, everybody. Section 5.3, we're going to solve rational equations. For most of you, this is probably a review of something you did in intermediate algebra. So we are going to solve with maybe the simplest type of rational equation. We've just got one fraction equal to a number. You're going to see a bunch of these in your homework. So the method that we practice to solve all rational equations is we are going to get rid of the fractions. We don't terribly love fractions, so we're going to avoid them. So what we're going to do is we are going to clear the fractions by multiplying every, I'm going to underline that, that's important, term by the common denominator. So we're going to go through, we're going to multiply. Now in this case, it's just two terms. I've just got a left side and a right side. We're going to multiply the whole thing by the common denominator. In this case, there's only one denominator, so hence it's the common denominator. So I'm going to multiply the left side by 2x plus 1, and I multiply the right side by 2x plus 1. On the left side, when I multiply by 2x plus 1, the 2x plus 1's cancel, which is the whole point. I want to get rid of that fraction. And I have x plus 2 is equal to 2x plus 1. In every one of these, you're either going to end up with a linear equation like this one or a quadratic equation. Those are really the only two things at this point we know how to solve. So x is on one side, numbers on the other, and then I'm going to divide. So I'm going to bring the x over to this side by subtracting. So when I subtract x from 2x, I have x. When I subtract the 1 over here, I get 1. And we get that the solution is x equal to 1. Now, one thing you always have to remember to do for rational equations is make sure the answer you get is part of the domain of the original function. So all that means is just make sure this doesn't make your denominator 0. So when I put 1 back up here, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, so my denominator is not 0 at all. This is a great answer. It checks. Always put your answer in a set. That's good, proper math notation, and that is our first rational equation.